The shocking reason Meghan and Harry left the royal family laid bare.
I just didn't want to be alive anymore. And that was a very clear and real and frightening, constant thought. And I went to the institution and I said that I needed to go somewhere to get help. And I was told that I couldn't, that it wouldn't be good for the institution. So we had to find a solution.
Wow.
Suicidal and without professional support, Meghan and Harry say they were forced to act.
I went to a very dark place as well, but I wanted to be there for her.
Did you tell other people in the family I need to get help for her?
That's just not a conversation that would be had.
What?
I guess I was ashamed of admitting it to them.
That Meghan needed help?
Yeah, I didn't have anyone to turn to.
So when I asked the question, why did you leave, the simplest answer is?
Lack of support and lack of understanding.
Harry says they wanted to step back, not step down, insisting he didn't blindside the Queen.
I had 3 conversations with my grandmother and 2 conversations with my father before he stopped taking my calls.
Why did he stop taking your calls?
Because I took matters in, by that point I took matters into my own hands.
His relationship with his brother too in tatters.
The relationship is space. And, you know, time heals all things, hopefully.
But the most damaging bombshell of all for the royals was around little Archie and the colour of his skin.
In those months when I was pregnant, we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title. And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What?
And
who is having that conversation?
there are several conversations.
There's a
about
conversation with you?
with Harry.
What was that conversation?
That conversation I'm never going to share. At the time it was awkward, I was a bit shocked.
Can you tell us what the question was?
No, I'm not comfortable sharing that.
Okay. And you're not going to tell me who had the conversation?
I think that would be very damaging to them.
10 entertainment editor Ange Bishop had the popcorn out with the rest of the world watching this afternoon. She joins us now. Ange, how damaging would you say this is to the royal family?
The way it's already starting to be reported in the UK, the main things that people have focused on are the allegations that the decision to not give Archie a title was somehow based on race are going to be the biggest bombshell, I think, that the palace is going to face as a result of this. That and the obvious breakdown in the relationships between Prince Harry's closest family members, that of his father, Prince Charles, and his brother, William. And I think a response of some sort is going to be warranted there.
Ange, I've got to say, I already didn't like this pair. Am I going to watch this tonight and change my mind?
I think you and Piers Morgan would have had a great viewing party if you were together. The Good Morning Britain host has said, I wouldn't believe Meghan Markle if she read me a weather report. That's been his reaction this morning. He, like you know, you go in with your opinions already formed. Although I'd challenge you, Steve, to watch Meghan reveal that while 5 months pregnant with Archie, she had clear suicidal thoughts. I challenge you to watch that and not be moved. It was devastating. It was a devastating thing to hear, particularly given that it reminds you so closely of the same revelations that were made by Harry's mum, Princess Diana, who also had suicidal thoughts when she was pregnant. And you know, both reached out for help and both claim they didn't get any. And the question is, all these years on, has the palace learnt from that?
And Harry said that things started to turn nasty after Meghan came to Australia. Why was that?
Well, he was saying, and here they sort of mentioned the Crown. Anyone who watched it will have seen when they recreated the Australian tour that was the moment where Diana's popularity eclipsed that of Prince Charles, and there was certainly in The Crown, it was implied that Prince Charles was quite jealous of this popularity that Princess Diana had in Australia. And the line that was being drawn in the interview was that the same thing happened when Meghan came to Australia. You'll remember those scenes when she was at the Sydney Opera House, or when she and Prince Harry were in Dubbo, in drought-stricken Dubbo, and the rains came. You know, they were mobbed. The public loved meeting Meghan and Harry, and she was incredibly popular. And so the line was being drawn in this interview that perhaps there were people back in the palace jealous of Meghan's newfound popularity and what kind of mark she was making on the world. So that seemed to be the implication of what he was saying there.
Ange, I'm assuming there was some sort of Oprah giveaway?
Yeah, what could it be? What could it be? You get a palace, you get a palace, you get a palace.
And of course, you can catch Oprah with Meghan and Harry in its entirety right after the project, right here tonight on 10. Thanks, Ange.
Thanks.